Okay, welcome back. Last time we cleared out the Pokemon Tower over in Lavender Town, and as a reward for our efforts and kind of just being helpful and good to Pokemon, Mr. Fuji gave us the Poke Flute. The Poke Flute we then used to wake up both Snorlaxes, and those Snorlaxes were revealed to be a Houndoom and a Huntail, which we caught both. Anyway, we also I then made my way down Cycling Road and arrived in Fuchsia City, and as you just saw, I just got the Good Rod, so I now have all 3 fishing rods because I got the Super Rod in the last episode. So, basically first things first, I'm going to go and grab some Pokeballs because I will probably need them because today we are going to be going and catching some Pokemon. Basically today's episode is more so just going to be a bit on the chill side. First things first though, we are going to be heading on into the Safari Zone. Now, as for my encounter in here, my options are kind of split into 3 main categories. There's Paras, Female Nidoran, and Venonat, which are things that I do not want to see. I do not want them as my encounters. Mostly because, Paras I just don't want. Female Nidoran I don't really want, because I'm not a big fan of Nidoqueen, to be totally honest. More accurately, I think it's just kind of getting to a point where it would maybe be a little bit outscaled, and I don't really have everything to make it all that good, and I just have so many other options that I would want more. Then, we have the things I already have, like Male Nidoran, Doduo, and Rhyhorn. And then, Execute is probably my best actual option here, because the final category of Pokemon in here is like the Chanseys, the Kangaskhans, the Tauroses, and the Cyphers, things that are very rare and hard to catch. I also could have fished and tried to get a Dragonair, but I think that's like a 1% encounter rate. But hey, we now have an Execute, so let's have a quick look at this. Modest is massive. Modest is potentially huge. And by that I mean it's plus, that is minus physical attack plus special, and it's part Psychic, and I know it can learn Psychic via TM, because it can also learn Secret Power. So I could potentially get something really good out of this. I could potentially get something fantastic out of that Executor. Obviously it won't be going on the team straight away, but it's definitely immediately kind of upped its potential placement onto a team, in the event that I do lose Ivysaur, who actually might be evolving in today's episode, depending on who I fight and how well it does. It might evolve today, but that's not something I need to worry about at this exact second. A whole lot of Nidorans in this place. I mean, to be fair, nope, that's the help system. I accidentally just tapped the button. Hang on, wait, I played this far and didn't accidentally hit the button once? That must be some kind of record. Okay. Also, 10 out of 10, I love not getting Paras. Mostly because, also we just got TM47, that's normally Steel Wing, and it was randomized to Hydro Pump. I don't think I'm going to get much use out of that, mostly because most Pokemon that would learn most Pokemon that would learn Steel Wing probably aren't going to be getting too much use out of Hydro Pump. But honestly, I don't even hate Parasect. It's just, 2 quad weaknesses isn't exactly ideal. We now have the Gold Teeth, though. Oh, and we also find TM32, so we can now teach Muddy Water to anything that would normally learn Double Team. Ah, finally! You're the first person to reach the secret house. Although I made a campaign for our grand opening, I was getting worried that no one would win our campaign prize. Congratulations, you've won! Okay, fantastic, we now have HM03. HM3 is Surf. Pokemon will be able to ferry you across the water using it, and this HM isn't disposable, so you can use it over and over. You're super lucky for winning this fabulous prize. And now hang on, wait, how many steps was that? We had 158 left, okay. So now let's quickly just leave the Safari Zone, because I don't really need to come back here. And I'm also going to quickly go and just drop that Execute into the box. Actually, I didn't check what moves it had, so let's quickly see that. It's Modest Natured, so that's very good. Reflect, Leech Seed, Confusion, and Stun Spore. Honestly, that is a really solid kind of supportive set. It has Confusion for stab damage, and then it can Stun Spore for Paralysis, Leech Seed for kind of Drain, and set up Reflect. Honestly, that moveset all by itself is still pretty good just right off the bat. Like, genuinely, that is huge. Okay, so, let's quickly just drop off Execute. Oh, we also caught a Ghastly. We caught a Ghastly in the Pokemon Tower, because of course we did. What else would we have caught? What? Now, let's quickly head on out into, I think this is Route 15. And I know that I have a guaranteed encounter out here. My encounter on this route is guaranteed to be Venonat, because I already have every other Pokemon that naturally appears here. And, well, conveniently enough, there is a Venonat. Also, on top of that, I should probably note, Venonat, I'm not going to put it on the team, partially because, as much as I do love Venonat and Venomoth, they just aren't great prior to the physical special split coming into effect. Also, Leech Life still sucks in this game. Leech Life is like base 20 power here. It's nothing like the insanely good Gen 7 onwards version. Because in Gen 7 it got boosted up to being like base 80. So pretty much imagine it just starts doing 4 times as much damage. That's very good. It's a huge buff that it got. Okay. Actually, I guess while I'm here, I can do a little bit of backstory fun time, I suppose. Also, Venonat, please just stay in the wall. I don't want to have to switch out to Sparky and Thunder Wave. 2, 3. Okay, yeah, I'm switching out to Sparky and we're going for Thunder Wave. That's fine. But yeah, basically, I remember when I was playing Gen 7 for the first time, and I saw a Pokemon use Leech Life, and suddenly just saw one of my Pokemon's health bar just kind of melt. And it's like, oh, this must have been changed in some way. And then I got a Pokemon with Leech Life, and oh, yeah, that is 4 times as powerful as it once was. It turned out to be pretty good. I think I ended up using Leech Life on one of my Pokemon. Actually, wait, did I? I probably actually didn't, now that I think about it, because my initial team in Gen 7 was not... Actually, no, wait, my Lurantis maybe learned it. I don't remember, I'd have to check. I either had that or X-Scissor on it. Okay, Quiet Nature, and that's fine. So, basically, Venonat isn't actually going to be going on the team, mostly because, well, 1, unfortunately, prior to the physical special split, it's just not all that good, and 2, it will also be potentially a Pokemon that I want to keep a hold of, because I know that someone asks for one in a trade when we get to Cinnabar Island. Now, I mentioned earlier that, okay, basically, I have 2 potential options for things that I can do to go and make progress. I can either A, fight the Fuchsia City Gym and try to battle Koga, and then, you know, probably get destroyed. Actually, no, okay, I'm going to be honest. I think I could probably beat him. I would probably have a couple of casualties, but I think I could probably beat him. But honestly, I'm not going to risk it, and I'm going to kind of just hold off on that for now. And then, once I beat Koga, I would be able to travel to Cinnabar Island, I'd be able to go to the Seafoam Islands, and I'd be able to go to the Power Plant. And, you know, just kind of generally surf. So surf would be very nice to be able to use outside of battle. Also, don't worry, I know that I forgot to give the Warden his Ghoul's Teeth. I will be coming back for that at a later time. I do need to come back when I fight Koga. And I also need to use the T so I can actually go through Saffron City, so yeah. I have both of those things on the to-do list, don't you worry about it. Now, here's the thing. Here is the thing, though. I am going the wrong way. No way, I'm going the right way. 10 out of 10. Now, I think this just... okay, yeah, Route 13. So basically, I could either challenge Koga, or I could go to Saffron City and fight Team Rocket again at Silph Co. And to be totally honest, I just didn't feel like dealing with Team Rocket for a 3rd episode in a row. Because we dealt with them at their hideout, then we dealt with them at the Pokemon Tower. I don't really want to have to go back and fight them at Silph Co for a 3rd time in 3 episodes. Mostly, and also, partially, if I'm being totally honest, I'm also a little bit worried about Silph Co. mostly because Silph Co is where you start to see... Silph Co is where you start to see some trainers with coughings and stuff that start exploding, which, one, is a bit scary, two, that's a Horsey. Horsey is a really nice pickup. Horsey is a very good pickup here, mostly just because when it reaches its final form of Kingdra, in this game, it effectively has no weaknesses, because realistically, dragons are basically non-existent. It's only weak to dragon because fairy type doesn't exist yet, and also dragons are very, very rare. Like, very few things in this game will even learn a dragon move, never mind being a dragon type itself. However, I also haven't actually had a proper encounter on Route 12. I did catch that Snorlax, but that doesn't count because it was a static Pokemon. So what can we find out here with the good rod? We find another Horsey, okay? But yeah, I'm also a little worried about Silph Co because the level jumps are a little bit all over the place. So basically, both the next two gym leaders, both Koga and Sabrina, are both level 43 with their aces, so their gyms are roughly the same level. But the thing with Silph Co is, what's our encounter here? That's just another Horsey. Level 34, I could actually join the team right now if I got it. Oh no. Okay, there's actually a Pokemon with a dragon move. Interesting. But yeah, pretty much, it's kind of an inconvenient thing, because a lot of the trainers in Silph Co, you have your generic Team Rocket grunts, who at that point will be like mid to high level 20s, I think. Then you also, on top of that, have a rival fight, where they are in like mid to high level 30s. I think their ace has hit level 40. I might be wrong on that, because it's been a while since I played this. So they'll be hitting level 40 as well, potentially. And then, on top of that, after that you fight Giovanni, and he has a level 41. I think his Nido Queen, the second time you fight him, is level 41. So I'm a little worried about that, because obviously I have quite a level disparity there. So I might need to do a bit of off-screen training, but I don't know, I'll figure that out in between episodes. And also, I will be able to get that Lapras. Once I beat my rival, I can talk to that person in Silph Co, and they will give me a randomized Pokemon. Normally, it would be the Lapras. To be totally honest, given what my options are, I mean, obviously I have 300 and something options, I don't think I can get a Legendary from it. But either way, if I'm being totally honest, I would probably much rather have the Lapras over whatever I'm going to get. Either way, we've now made our way back over to Route 11, which means we are now back in Vermilion City. 10 out of 10. Fantastic. Now, before I go and do anything else, I want to quickly start fishing here and try to get an encounter. I will come back to Route 12 for an encounter at a later time. I just don't really want to have to sit around waiting for, you know, the fish to come in. Because it seemed like I was getting Horsey and nothing but Horsey there. Okay, we find a Horsey. What a surprise! I say that in, I say that it maybe didn't sound sarcastic, but yeah, that was meant to sound as sarcastic as it absolutely possibly could. Maybe the game just wants me to have an army of Horsies, but I will happily take a Shelder. Shelder has the potential to be really good, because Cloyster is very good. Like, Cloyster has decent offensive stats. It's pretty slow, if I recall correctly, but it has very high physical defense. And it's also one of the very few, very rare ice types in Gen 1. So obviously I could, with various static Pokemon, I could potentially get a Glalie or something. Maybe I could get a Walrein. A Walrein would be super sick to get. But there's only 5 ice types in proper Gen 1. Those being Dugong, Cloyster, Jinx, Lapras, and Articuno. And obviously, Articuno is a legendary. Jinx, I don't think I can find in the wild. Lapras, I can't find in the wild. Ice type is next to non-existent in this game. Now, also, because we caught a Shelder, and Shelder is another version exclusive Pokemon, we are going to flip another coin. So, once again, as usual, we're going to flip a coin. Heads, if it lands on heads, we keep the Shelder, and in this case, if it lands on tails, we'll flip it to a Staryu. So, we flip the coin, and we will be keeping the Shelder. Okay, so that's a potential cloister for the team at a later time. I mean, it's not going to be going on the team right now, but hey, that is totally okay by me. We also have the Venonat here. While I'm here, also, let's have a quick look at this Horsey. It is impish natured, that's not amazing. Swift Swim, but it didn't really have any moves, so that's totally okay. So now, I'm also going to quickly shuffle Xiao just off the team for a little bit. It's not being dropped from the team, I mostly just wanted to have a Pokemon with Cut and a Pokemon with Fly for my own convenience for the next few minutes. Basically, I'm going to be going back I'm pretty much going to do a quick little whistle-stop tour of various places around Kanto where I had access to now. So, first things first, I need to teach Fly to Zephyr. Also, now that I've reached Fuchsia City, I also have access to the move delete if I ever need it. So I can now teach HMs as and when need be, which will be, I hopefully won't need it too often, but if I ever do, it's right there. So now, let's quickly fly on over back to Viridian City. Also, I can get an encounter in Pallet Town, I can fish in Pallet Town, but I'll come back and do that at a later time. I'll come back and do that when I'm going to be going down to Cinnabar Island. So now let's quickly cut down this tree and talk to this guy. I must have dozed off in the sun. I had this weird dream about a drowsy eating my dream, and I learned how to teach Hydro Cannon. Oh, this is too spooky. Let me teach it to a Pokemon so I can forget about it. Okay, so anything that could learn Dream Eater, this is a one-time use thing. Pretty much, those move shooters, you can only use them once. But I can teach something that would naturally learn Dream Eater. I can teach that Hydro Cannon. That's kind of insane. So if I get a Psychic type, I could potentially... So that Execute that I called, I could potentially teach that Hydro Cannon. I mean, that's an Uno reverse card to drop on a fire type if I've ever seen one. I could do that just for fun, actually. The secrets of space, the mysteries of Earth. There are so many things about which we know so little. But that should spur us to study harder, not to toss in the towel. The only thing you should toss, well, how about Signal Beam? Should I teach that to a Pokemon? Okay, so I can get Signal Beam over, I believe this is normally Seismic Toss. That's potentially really good. We have 2 fossils of rare free stuff. Okay, that guy doesn't do anything. Shh, listen. I need to share a secret with someone. I think that this chunk of amber contains Pokemon DNA. It would be a shattering scientific breakthrough if Pokemon could be resurrected from it. But my colleagues just ignore what I have to say. So I have a favor to ask. I want you to get this examined at a Pokemon lab somewhere. So now we have the old amber. Normally, this would be what revives into Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl would be super sick to have, not gonna lie. But, hey, it could be something interesting. But we will be finding that out in, I don't know, whenever I get to Cinnabar Island. So, a few episodes' time, at minimum. Now, before we go and do anything else, we are going to be moving on to Saffron City. Because I believe I've used Cut everywhere else that I would need to. I think. Key term, I think. I don't think there's anywhere else off the top of my head that I would need to get to. So let's quickly drop Zephyr back off into the box and pick Xiao back up. However, for my own safety and for my own convenience, I'm going to keep a hold of Diglett. I'm going to keep a hold of Diglett, and in the event that things go wrong, I will be able to just have a death fodder if need be. I say that because, despite the fact that, well, you know, I have a couple of things to do in Saffron City. We aren't going to be going to Silph Co yet, though. Anyway. Oh, that tea. It looks awfully tasty. Huh? I can have this? Gee, thanks. Okay. If you want to go through to Saffron City, you can go right on through. I'll share this tea with the other guards. So, off we go into Saffron City. And obviously there are now Yeah, there's Team Rocket guys all over Saffron City. That guy's life as a criminal makes him feel so alive. He's taking a snooze. Honestly, I quite like that. How you occasionally just get like a little bit of inner monologue from Red, I suppose. Wait, don't say a word. You wanted this. TM29, normally this is Psychic. You already know, don't you? TM29 is Fire Punch. Okay, I'll take Fire Punch. Fire Punch is very good. I still need to actually read the manga, Fire Punch. I know it was written by the author of Chainsaw Man before they started working on that. Now, this is what I'm worried about. You're trespassing in our fighting dojo. So, the fighting dojo is full of fighting type Pokemon. Whoever would have guessed. And pretty much, I am taking the dangerous path through here. Basically, that is a safe path where you can kind of just walk up to them individually, fight them one at a time. Nah, I'm living dangerously on this. I'm living the dangerous path and walking straight down the center. And that means when I finish this battle, I will immediately aggro the next guy and they will also challenge me to a battle. So hopefully we can get through this without too much hassle. Maybe I'm putting a little too much faith in Garuda. That is Seismic Toss. That is scary. We land Pack. I need to switch out though. Okay, so Garuda is very much nearly dead, and that is a Primeape I definitely want out of here. So I will switch to Shao, I think. Fortunately for me, I know that if it hits me and gets poisoned, I don't need to worry too much about it. I don't need to worry too much about it because of... I'm going to go for Poison Sting. Basically, I don't need to worry about it too much because I know that it won't have... it doesn't have Guts. It has... I think it's Vital Spirit? So I know I can't put it to sleep. But in an ideal world, I would still love to get that poison. No! Well, that's Shao dead unless that stops right now. One more? We lived on one. No way did my Nidorino decide not today. Okay, we're switching out. We are switching out immediately. We are switching out to Talia because she can take a hit. She can just take a hit, retaliate with an Earthquake, and we should be good to go. However, Focus Energy is a little bit on the scary side, not gonna lie. However, I refuse to be scared of Focus Energy in here, because I know that a lot of trainers in this game, they love to go for what I refer to often as the Focus Energy Seismic Toss Gambit, where they'll go for Focus Energy and try to convince you that, like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna go for Vital Throw, or Revenge, or Cross Chop, or something. And then they just go for Seismic Toss, which does, you know, a set amount of damage. And obviously, that can't crit. I always thought it was a little bit weird that it couldn't crit, but still. Also, I'm gonna win this battle, and then I am, you know, running back to the Pokemon Center. Because I have two Pokemon that are very nearly dead. Okay, Brute Root, you can handle this now, I think. Okay, Foresight comes through. You know, now that I think about it, if I was playing this a little bit smarter, maybe the actual play would have been to bring the Ghastly, because the Ghastly wouldn't be able to get hit under normal circumstances. At most, they would have to waste a turn using Foresight on the Ghastly. Either way, with that, now we are set up, and Brute Root should be able to handle the rest of this fight. I mean, I say that, it should be able to handle this Machop. I don't know what's going to come in after it. And Seismic Toss, I'm going to be honest, I don't appreciate Seismic Toss. Okay, more accurately, I don't appreciate getting hit with Seismic Toss. I'm a big fan of it when I'm using it. Oh dear. Okay, we didn't hit it though. And that was resisted. We're fine. We are fine. Because Razor Leaf should finish it off from this range. However, I don't know if this guy's next Pokemon... Okay, this guy's next Pokemon will be either Mankey, Primeape, or Machoke. And honestly, I don't really want it to be any of those. Okay, as long as it's not evolved, it's fine. It's Machoke, it's evolved. Okay, so we are going to land the Sleep Powder straight away, 10 out of 10. And now I get to play a fun little mini-game called Do I Risk It? Like, straight up, do I risk switching Garuda back in and just trying to leech seed the health back? Because obviously, I can't use any of my healing items that are in my bag in battle. I can use them outside of battle, but I can't use them in battle. And that Mashoka's still asleep. You know what now? I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to stick it out with Brute Root and hopefully be able to bring this thing down. Because honestly, even after this, we have plenty more people left to fight in this dojo. That's a big crit. That's a big crit. Thank you, Brute Root. Around 1000 EXP. And I am now going to run away and get on out of here like a big hero. And then I'm going to run away and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to fight the next two guys. And then I'm probably going to run away like a big hero again. And then I'll come back and then I'll fight the leader. And what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is that I just die, is that I just wipe out. But you know what? Well, one, sometimes we live dangerously in this house, and two, well, sometimes you need to play a bit dangerously, and, you know, sometimes there's fun in playing the danger card, you know? Okay, so off we go. I have no fear for anything tough. I shatter boulders for training every day. Okay, Mr. Redfield, calm. It's not that serious. Okay, Primate. That's level 36. That's very powerful. That's cross-sharp. Oh dear. Okay. Well, that's Garuda dead. Okay, I'm going to go to Talia, because I think she has my highest physical defense, and I'm just going to Earthquake. I'm just going to click EQ and hope that I can take out this Primate. Okay, you know what? Yeah, that should do. Another Rage, that's fine, buddy. Rage as much as you like, we are just hitting, we land these, there goes your Primate. Okay. Not exactly ideal, but we survived. That's terrible, actually. And this guy wants us to take our shoes off, which, to be fair, is very understandable. If anything, this guy should have been right at the front. Because, if I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure you are supposed to take your shoes off when you enter a dojo. It's like a sign of, you know, respect and everything. I think. I know that you aren't meant to wear your shoes in the dojo, basically. I vaguely remember a few things from when I was a kid and did karate for a while. I say a while, I did it for, man, how many years did I do it for? Like, I know that I got a black belt. Like, I know that I did that, but that was very, 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 very long time ago. Okay. Also, this Mankey is just going to keep seismic tossing. And that is actually very scary. Fortunately, it stopped to go for focus energy. And this... Honestly, I'm starting to get a... Scared, it maybe isn't the right word, but I'm definitely worried about this. Okay, in comes another Mankey. Fury Swipes hits for 7 at a time. So, we should be safe. Even if it hits 5 times, I'm okay. It only hit 2 there, so that's very good for me. Peck hits for a little over half. The poison does more damage. I can take it out with 1 more. Fury Swipes, as long as it... Okay, if I only hit for 6, that crit could do a lot, but never mind. It only hit twice. Okay, you know what? Maybe a number of hit rolls decided to work with me for a second. Xiao now hits level 30. That is very nice, and now in comes a Primate. Fortunately, it's only level 31. It's only level 31, unlike the level 36 one that we just fought. So I'm going to switch back out to Talia. I know I can take another one. I know I can take another Seismic Toss. However, I need to switch out next turn, but I'm going to just click Earthquake now. I'm going to click EQ now, just collect my damage, and then switch out. Okay. None of my other Pokemon can really take one, so I'm going to switch out to Sparky and just go for Psychic. Okay, there's Rage. Man, I didn't need to switch out. Static is honestly kind of massive there. So now we just Thunderbolt and take out this Primeape. Fantastic. Now then. Now we get to play the dangerous game. And by that I mean I'm going to run away like a big hero and heal again, because 1, I do have a dead Pokemon now, and 2, I want to be on full health for this, because if I go in at my current health, I just lose. I know that for a fact. I know for a fact that if I go in at my Pokemon's current health, I just lose. So I need to be at least a little bit prepared for this. So, let's shuffle some things around and also bring a little bit more death fodder just in case. Okay, so Xiao is still alive. That's good. That's good for me. Also, I'm so sorry, Garuda. I didn't think you'd get just one shot. Okay, so I'm going to bring the Ekans. I'm actually going to lead with the Ekans. Ekans, congratulations. And by that I mean, I'm so sorry. You have a sacrificial lamb who is about to just get kicked in the head into the next dimension. But, thank you for your service. Good talk, buddy. Does this thing actually have Intimidate? Does it have Intimidate? It does indeed have Intimidate. Okay. Good, 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 good. That's actually what I needed. So, basically, this next opponent is the final guy in here, obviously. He has 2 Pokemon. I'm the Karate Master. I'm the leader here. You wish to challenge us? Expect no mercy. So, he will have 2 Pokemon. They are both level 37. He will have Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. Obviously, both of these Pokemon hit like a train. So honestly, I'm not really going to appreciate taking a hit from either of them, which is why I'm actually going to switch out to Diglett straight away, and hope for the best. Okay, Focus Energy. Can I play a big brain move here? If I go for Dig, this might actually work. Okay, I go for Dig. No, Mind Read, I mean, that's a guaranteed hit, though. Nah, no way. Okay, actually, this has shown me his entire moveset now. I now know his entire moveset. He has High Jump Kick. High Jump Kick is his only attacking move. I'm going to go to Xiao, I think. I'm going to go to Xiao. I could, in theory, have got a Sparky and gone for Thunder Wave, but I know that that would have been a bad move on my part, because I am very well aware that Hitmonlee has Limber, and Limber is basically just going, no, I'm immune to paralysis. And we just tank that High Jump Kick, and the Poison Point comes through. Okay, Xiao will land this pack, and then the High Jump... Okay, yeah. And then the Hitmonlee goes down. Fantastic. And Ekans is probably just going to jump up like 4 levels or something. Learn Poison Sting. So, yeah, I guess good work, Ekans. Congratulations. Now, in comes Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan, I am honestly less worried about. I mean, obviously, it can still hit pretty hard, but I'm a bit less worried about it. Mostly because, well, 1, I just got the poison, and that's kind of huge. But also because it has the 3 elemental punches, so it has Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, and Ice Punch. However, unfortunately for the old Karate Master over here, they aren't very good in Gen and 3. Okay, more accurately, they are good. They're just really bad on Hitmonchan, because they are all special moves, and Hitmonchan's special attack stat is basically non-existent. Okay, that still hit for a lot of damage though. So what I'm going to do is inconvenience this man even further. I don't know why he went for Thunder Punch. I don't know why he went for Thunder Punch when he had 2 super effective options, but hey, here we are. And now he's taking double residual damage. I bet you didn't expect the Diglett to be the Pokemon that would die and the Ekans would live. Because to be totally honest, I was fully prepared to switch back into the Ekans for a second attack drop. The only reason I didn't switch back to Ekans was because I assumed, oh, well, he's focused energy, he's just gonna crit anyway. So what's the point? But hey, I will take my wins where I can get them. And that is Black Belt Koichi defeated. So with that, we managed to beat them. Indeed, I have lost. But I beseech you, do not take our emblem as your trophy. In return, I will give you a prize fighting Pokemon. Choose whichever one you'd like. Okay, so normally these are Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. We have Shelder or Kingdra. I mean, I caught a Shelder and a Horsey in this episode, but I'm not gonna say no to a Kingdra, you know? Like, Kingdra is kinda nasty to get. Also, what does this say real quick? What goes around comes around. I kinda wanna know what the other one says. I do like how it's just like, hey, hey, stay in train karate with us. If I have any fighting types, I might consider it, buddy. But also, I need to go and bury this Diglett, I suppose. To be honest, I was fully prepared to lose Xiao as well. Because as much as I do like having my Nidorino, if I had to lose something, I was more than willing to sacrifice that Ekans, obviously. But if I had to, I would have sacrificed Xiao. As long as I still have Brute Root, Talia, and Sparky, then currently those are like my core three. Like, those are currently the heart and soul of the team. Okay, so now we commend Diglett to the Daft Box. Its sacrifice will not be in vain. Ekans is still here though. And we now have a level 25 Kingdra available. A sassy Kingdra at that. And it already has water moves, so honestly we could get some use out of that. But hey, that is something for future me to worry about. And I am going to actually end off today's episode here. Remember when I said today was going to be a bit of a chill episode? Bet you didn't think Garuda would die in it. Anyway, I'm going to save and end off today's episode here. And next time, I think we're going to be going to deal with Silph Co. Or at least starting to deal with Silph Co. Depends on how long it takes. Anyway, I'm going to end off today's episode here. As always, feel free to leave a comment and click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined. I don't actually remember what episode day this is. So I think Spider-Man 2 will have started somewhere around there. Anyway, okay, thanks for watching. Later.